Welcome to Medway
We are on the trail of Charles Dickens in Rochester.
and Chatham's maritime history.
So let's start the show. We start our journey at London Victoria Station, where we are getting the 1310 service to Rochester. London Victoria is one of the busiest terminus stations in the capital, and it's one of my old haunts. I used to come here every day for work when I worked at the South London Press. Paul, I think it's important to note that at national rail stations, the toilets are free to use. Now, the very late and much missed Reverend Dr. Ian Paisley would have loved this because he was a free P.
Oh.
Paul, look, this is really interesting.
What is?
Do you know why this Wetherspoon pub behind us is unusual? In fact, it's unique. You don't know? I'll tell you. It is the only Wetherspoon pub that is called Wetherspoon. That's its actual name.
Oh, wow.
Because all the other pubs in the chain have got some other name, maybe relating to what the building used to be, like a bank or something like that. And actually, just taking a closer look, you can see it's called Wetherspoons because the company is J.D. Wetherspoon. People talk about spoons all the time, but it's actually, you go into a Wetherspoon. But this is Wetherspoons, the one and only. Welcome to Rochester Station. just before we got off the southeastern train that we took from London Victoria, the guy came to check the tickets like just a few minutes before we were due to come in. So it was all a little bit frantic, and I dropped my iPhone, oh my god, on the floor on the way out. Well, actually what happened was it was on the table, and I'm glad that there were tables on those trains. But when I lifted my bag up, my phone was on its handle thing, and the bag must have caught the phone, and the phone went flying down the floor on the train. Fortunately, it's still working, and if it's not, then everything I've just said now won't have come out, but I think it will. Well, Dickens lived in Rochester for a time, and some of his works were inspired by his time here. So there are lots of museums related to Dickens here, and they include Dickens World, which is an exciting indoor themed attraction based on the life, works and times of Britain's most famous author, Charles Dickens, who spent his childhood in nearby Chatham. Well, we've just walked down the high street to our hotel. Now, I've always wanted to stay at a Wetherspoons. And I thought, wouldn't it be good for one of our hotels episodes as well? So you can look out for that. Paul will take you through it. But now we are going to check in and get ourselves sorted, and then we'll be able to take a look around Rochester properly. Gosh, it's all so quaint, isn't it, Paul? Rochester High Street. It's really nice. And the first thing that you noticed when we were here was how many pubs there are.
There are quite a bit.
Of course, we're staying at one, but we're just walking past another, the Queen Charlotte.
Charles Dickens, anyone?
Ah, yes, there he is up there, look. I love this old post office building. It's not in use now, but it still does have a post box outside. In the olden days, you could have used this posting box, which says inland mail first class only, foreign mail all classes. Today, no classes. Well, you know me, I can't pass a newsagent's without buying the local paper, and I'm very happy to say that I've got the Medway Messenger, which is part of the Kent Messenger group. What have you spotted, Paul?
Ah, this is Oliver's Bar and Restaurant. So this is also a Charles Dickens type of place, because isn't he the one that says, "Sir, could I have some more?"
Oh, Oliver Twist. Yes.
Remember?
Yes. Kiss the Bride. I just love the shops around here, don't you, Paul? Look at this. Get Ready Comics.
Yeah, I love comic stores. Yeah.
Does this take you back
I used
to your
go
comic
into
book days?
So many comic stores, and I used to spend so much money. Yeah.
You've still got some first editions, I think, haven't you?
I think I got like some X-Men stuff.
Oh, right, because I've seen it wrapped up at home. Paul, look at this boat.
Yeah, it's ginormous. This is like a
It's like a garden.
yeah, there's like lots of different shrubs and
It's a Thai restaurant, Thai 4-2. So are these like traditional Thai plants, do you think?
I don't know.
You're not an expert.
Not really.
Teddy bears, anyone? Flowers?
Not too much.
Ooh, look at this. Little Dorrit across the street. What is Little Dorrit? It's holistic type stuff, right?
I think that they have
Ooh.
like
Oh, potions! Look at this.
witch crystals. And
Oh, poison. I thought it said potion. Pick your poison.
do you
The
wanna go
Beginner's
in?
Guide to Wicca. There's Buddha over there.
Shall we have a little wander?
Yeah. In you go. Oh, look at this. Eastgate House is open.
I think this is...
Is this part of the Charles Dickens?
This is like the Dickens related type.
Ah. You have to buy tickets. It's £6.10. That's very exacting, isn't it? But what actually drew me here was not this house, but what was behind it. Look up there.
Brexit.
It says Brexit is childish.
Well...
You can form your own opinions on that. So Paul, there's a sign over there that says what Eastgate House and Gardens is. What is it?
It's an Elizabethan townhouse built by Sir Peter Buck, City Alderman, Mayor of Rochester and Clerk of the Check at the Royal Dockyard, Chatham.
Just outside Eastgate House is the sign. It says Our Medway Heritage. And look, we're on the trail of Dickens. In The Mystery of Edwin Drood, Eastgate House is Miss Twinkleton's Academy for Young Ladies. So this was actually in the book.
I didn't read that particular book, I must say.
So there is a Dickens connection. So it just goes to show that there's something to do with Dickens no matter where you go here in Rochester.
I think that we could find a lot more of these plaques along the way.
Oh, I do love a lantern. So what do you think this is over here? There's another...
That's a Baptist church.
Oh, right.
I thought that was gonna be the cathedral for some reason, but I think that would have been too small.
Okay, let's go and take another look. You don't like the angle, do
No,
you?
it's fine.
We are bathed in gorgeous sunshine here today. Beautiful blue skies, perfect for walking along these lovely little quaint streets. The Eagle has landed, Paul. Another pub, the Eagle Tavern.
I think this is also a bar.
Right next to it.
The one called the City Wall.
Ah.
That's also a bar.
And they have karaoke. They've got karaoke every Sunday night. And look, there's a pigeon as well.
All right.
Are you sure that we're in Rochester and not Clapham? Because look, over there, the two brewers.
Well, yeah. We are in Rochester.
Look at this. It's books, yarns and coffee. Look at the sheep over here next to the wool. And look over here. And look over here. It is the original Jelly Cat. It is the Jelly Cat. That was a lovely bookshop, Store 104. And we had a lovely coffee and some banana bread in there. Now, I had a cortado, which is something that I have started drinking more of recently because there's less liquid, and if you are in need of going to the toilet, well, with the less liquid, there's less likelihood that you're going to have to find one. And you had a decaf because...
I had a decaf flat white.
Yes, because it's getting on little bit in the day for you for coffee.
And I shouldn't be having caffeine in the afternoon.
Ah. Okay, well, let's see what else Rochester has to offer. Well, this is interesting. This is the French Hospital Almshouses, and there's a plaque behind us here from 1718. And it says this stone commemorates the 300th anniversary of the founding of the French hospital at La Providence for the relief of poor French Protestant refugees. On this site, since 1959, the charity's almshouses continue to serve Huguenots and others.
Here are some independent shops along the street on the other side of the road.
What's this you've spotted, Paul? A farmhouse?
Well,
a farm shop?
So I think that this is kind of like one of those open market type stall areas where they have a shop, but then they sell specifically produce and things of that sort.
Right, interesting. Look, we've got the visitor centre and art gallery here. Oh, look at this, another really quaint shop. We've got books, CDs and DVDs, all these lovely little dinky cars. I'm not sure if the name is dinky, but all these lovely little toys that I would have had as a child. Look at this, the War Memorial, and this is Rochester Cathedral.
Oh, wow.
Shall we go take a look?
Yes.
That was fabulous. I think they must have been having organ practice because it was like snippets of music. It wasn't one continuous piece, but it was very nice, very tranquil as well.
Yes.
And we're now in the cathedral grounds and the graveyard here, but right next to the cathedral is Rochester Castle. Well, this is spectacular. We've got Rochester Castle here and the cathedral behind us over here. Paul, Paul, look, it's Paul Lane.
Maybe it's just Paul.
Or Pauline. Well, you're never too far away from pubs. Here's another one, Yarrow. And oh, what's this? An eatery and cocktail bar. Yes, Jaggers. Moves like Jaggers.
And that guy looks like Henry VIII.
That is Henry VIII.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this is the King's Head Hotel. And it's probably a bar as well. And I think on the other side of the road there might be yet another pub or eatery of some sort.
Something fish.
Ah.
Is it just called fish?
Oh, it's just called Fish. So we're back onto the high street. Oh, there's a wine emporium there. Now, it's mostly traffic free, but there are some cars and vans go along here. But I love this clock. Look at that. In fact, there is another pub, the Jolly Knight. Back on the trail of Charles Dickens, and look, this is Mr. Tope's house.
Oh.
This was the home of Mr. Tope, the chief verger of the cathedral in the mystery of Edwin Drood.
Oh.
And it is the last building mentioned in the writings of Charles Dickens. Oh wow, so very historic. And a pub. It's very historic here, Paul. Well, the stone up here, look. It says this stone commemorates the visit to the city of Rochester upon Medway by Her Majesty the Queen and His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh on Halloween 1984 and marks the completion of improvements to the High Street.
Oh.
What do you see here?
I see something about college gates.
Ah, so right, okay, because towns and cities used to have gates as entry points.
And
So
also, like,
this would be College Gate, formerly called Cemetery Gate, and afterwards Chertsey's Gate. Jasper's Gatehouse and Edwin Drood. So
Edwin
another
Drood.
Dickens link. Craft beer and Kentish cider. Wolf and Castle. Look at this. It's a micro pub and off license.
Yes, please. Can we come here?
Well, there's so many to choose from. Where do you start?
Spoiled for choice, anyone?
And we're staying at a pub as well, so don't forget that. Another Dickens link. Copperfields. David Copperfield. And look, it's an antique shop.
Bit marks the end of Rochester bit.
Well, the High Street. But look, we've come to the Guildhall Museum. And I think there are Charles Dickens exhibitions
Yes.
in there as well. It even rhymes. Charles Dickens exhibitions. I do love these ornate post boxes. Well, shall we go and take a look at the River Medway?
Oh, what? That thing?
I think so. But we need to cross the busy road first of all. It's rush hour in Rochester. What a glorious sunset. Look at that, Paul.
To wear me sunglasses.
Well, after seeing all those pubs, I think it's time that we had a drink. Or
two.
maybe two. Yes, indeed.
three.
Who knows? Let's see how it goes. have that Empire state of mind.
So please subscribe.
It's the next day and we have walked from Rochester to Chatham. We were going to take the train, but then we looked at the map and thought, actually, it's walkable.
It's not really that far.
And it took about 20 minutes or thereabouts. And we're in the town centre now, but we are actually here to go to the historic dockyard. Chatham town centre behind us. And it's quite a steep hill we're walking up now. But this is quite strange because we have to walk uphill to reach the maritime area.
Yes.
So we must have to go downhill again, you would think. But anyway, this is our exercise for the day. Along the way, we are passing the headquarters of Medway Council.
So this is the England coast path. You are following the scenic route along the river Medway. And I think that we just passed Gunworth, and I think we are still heading north towards the historic dockyard.
But look, the coast path goes in all directions. Well, apart from the direction in which I am backed onto at the moment. But we're going this way. Got the coat of arms of the United Kingdom here, and the Union flag is flying on this building. I think this is part of the maritime area, but it is a private area because there is a barrier across the entrance. It's amazing what you see when you're walking. Look at this. This is a signpost for the National Cycle Network. It says this is one of 1,000 mileposts funded by the Royal Bank of Scotland to mark the creation of the National Cycle Network. And this one even comes complete with a used face mask. Well, we reached the brow of the hill and now it's all downhill again. Still quite a bit to go, I think. It's been quite a walk, but we are at the historic dockyard, at least the outside part, and I can see the visitor entrance in front of me now.
There seems to be a number 1 smithery, I'm not sure what that is, RNLI Historic Lifeboat Collection, The Big Space, Wagon Stop Canteen, Command of the Oceans, the Victorian Ropery, Historic Warships, and the Steam, Steel and Submarines, the Royal Dockyard History.
And it says no tickets are required for the restaurant, the gift shop, toilets, and it says the Chatham Dockyard and Defences Discovery Centre. So let's go and discover. It's very quiet here today. It's a Saturday when we're here. There's not that many
beaming
people.
with people.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Sorry we missed
What?
you. The historic dockyard is closed.
Oh, you're
Thanks for
kidding.
letting me know. Historic dockyard. Oh my god.
Wow, that's really disappointing. But there might still be a chance to see some boats. Because
Really?
I'm sure we came to Chatham Dockyard.
Once before.
But it didn't seem to be like this. This is weird.
This is weird.
Or was it somewhere else? Am I just imagining things now?
No, I remember coming out to Kent a while back.
Well, let's go and take a look over here, because there is another area, and there might be something to look at over there. I want to see some boats. It looks as though this is the only bit of water that we have access to today. Perhaps all is not lost after all, because there's a sign for Chatham Maritime Marina, which seems to be separate from the dockyard. And look, Paul, an M&S outlet with shopping and restaurants dockside. How do we get in?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, there's an arrow pointing that other direction, so let's go there. There's an Odeon IMAX with a Costa. There's also a Pizza Hut, a Subway, and a Nando's. Another Costa, Clark's, and the M&S outlet. And there are quite a lot of other outlets at the Dockside Shopping Centre. This is it, Paul. Look, this is what I remember. This is Chatham Maritime Marina. So it wasn't the historic dockyard that we visited all those years ago. It was here because I remember all the boats. And of course, this is always going to be open because it's public property, really. So
public space.
Indeed. So let's take a little look around. Isn't this lovely, Paul? Down by the water's edge. You could almost feel as though you're at the coast here.
Almost.
And just a word of advice. If you are coming here, it is quite a walk from Chatham. In fact, we've walked the whole way from Rochester this morning, and we have already done about 6 kilometres. So at least we're getting our exercise in. We have had a fabulous time in Medway, but just before we go...
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel today. Please hit the like button if you have liked anything that you've seen so far. And we also appreciate your subscribes for those that haven't subscribed already. And we do also read your comments.
And we also reply to them too.
Do that as well.
Yeah, so please do, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Put your hand down.
Chatham Maritime. Chatham's maritime history. All you need to say is, welcome to Medway.
Welcome to Medway.
We are on the trail of Charles Dickens in Rochester and Chatham's maritime history.
Shall I say that?
What, and Chatham's maritime history. Okay, that's, you say that after Rochester. And Chatham's maritime history.
After Rochester. Welcome to Medway.
We are on the trail of Charles Dickens in Rochester.
And Chatham's maritime history.
So let's do it again.
Chatham's what?
Yeah, Chatham's maritime history, but just be a little quicker. We need some leeway before you start talking as well.
Welcome to Medway.
We are on the history.
Welcome to Medway.
We are on the trail of Charles Dickens in Rochester.
And Chatham's maritime history. So let's take a look.
No, so I will say that let's start the show. You need to be quicker and just say, and Chatham's maritime history. And we need lead in.
Welcome to Medway.
We are on the trail of Charles Dickens in Rochester.
And Chatham's maritime history.
So let's start the show. Yep.